Hello there. What's going on, everybody? Today, we're going to be talking about this new alleged format for X-Wing that you may have heard a little bit about. If not, well, you're in the right place because we are going to talk about that. I do want to remind you guys to check out luxuryplaystyle.com for some amazing tokens. You're going to save 15% for these awesome X-Wing tokens if you use code Crabbok VIP. These are metal, double-sided, they're gorgeous, you're going to love them. Also, if you do want to support the channel with some other merch, we have some brand new masks. We've got the Darth Maul neck gaiter. Freaking love this one. Also, the other one of the newest ones is, since we actually do have proper face masks right now, we've got the behind the ear version too, but there's links to all of these. Of course, sometimes they catch your glasses if you wear glasses. All right, all that admin stuff out of the way. There have been some early leaked kind of rumors that have been going around for a while, and some images of them come out now. Basically, some promos from an OP kit that was supposed to have actually been for events that were supposed to have been played. Of course, they weren't played during COVID because of COVID. But basically, there's been these promos that have come out for OP kits that kind of, they look like they're normal on the front. They look like just normal promos for ships until you look at the back and it's like, oh, it's a quick build on the back. But there's a little more to this quick build than meets the eye, and it's pretty interesting because if you look closer at this, you're going to see transition slavers, freelance slicer, ablative plating, homing missiles, but then you're going to see an experience tracker. Of course, big thanks to all of the community that have been posting these images. I actually grabbed these off of Imager, but yeah, they're all over the place. And I just decided I wanted to talk about this today because as we're getting closer to Gen Con, this actually might be something that they talk about. This may even somehow be related to the points delay. Maybe they just wanted to consolidate all of their X-Wing news for one of the big streams that they have planned during Gen Con. But this is pretty cool. So basically, it looks like this is an alternate way to kind of run something like the Aces High format. An experience tracker on here. And of course, that may not be correct. There's a big round of the giveaway going on right now for a $100 Amazon gift card too, by the way. If you haven't already, make sure you enter that by just being a subscriber and leaving a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. And one thing I'd love to hear from you guys is, how do you think you're going to be using this experience tracker? This giveaway is actually running all month long, so be sure to enter that. But yeah, so the experience tracker here is basically every time you destroy a ship, you're going to get an experience point, and you're going to be marking these off, boom, 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 or I should say boom, 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 boom. And you gain a new ability on most of them. Like on this particular one, you're gaining in something new at 1 and 2. Not so much for 3. 3 is just kind of like building towards the next one, and then at 4 and 5. And you destroy ships to earn experience. So basically, when an enemy ship is destroyed, if you have done at least 1 damage to it, then you're going to gain an experience. It doesn't really seem to matter so much if you're the one to do the destroying or not. Now, presumably, need to be some type of way to mark ships that you've done damage to, especially if you're playing something like 8 players or something like that. I feel like this is a great way to run fun events at conventions or something like that. I'm kind of hearkening back to Star Wars Celebration 2019, where kind of like one of the early trials and for an early format of what would have evolved into the Aces High format was being played all convention long down in the game room, and we had 7 or 8 players kind of running at all times. You just sit down, play, and you just keep flying around. You get 1 ship, but in that case, it was pretty much aces, right? With Aces High, you typically run aces, but with ships like this, you're running generic cards. And there's a lot of these. They have one of these for every faction. I'm not going to go through every single one of them in this particular video, but they're definitely out there. That's actually really exciting. And so I have a feeling this is going to be something that gets talked about at Gen Con. But yeah, and also, if you'll notice, the experience trackers are different for each ship too, which makes me think that this isn't just one generic format. There's actually something specific for each ship. You're going to see the fireball here removes a face down damage card, then removes a damage card, then removes a damage card, then removes another damage card, and then finally, if you are dealt a face up damage card with the ship trait, remove it. So it basically, look, when you're playing something like Aces High, all right, the longer you can stay around, the closer you tend to get to death. So, you know, getting stronger as you get closer, it almost kind of increases a bounty on you. And so wouldn't it be kind of cool if you also got some type of points depending on how much experience a ship has if you killed it, especially if you deal the finishing blow as well, which would be really, really fun. Saber Squadron here can recover a shield, while a ship is, you know, and it's weird to say recover because I'm like, wait, oh, well, it does have shield upgrade, so I was about to say, like, wait, you can't recover a shield, but looking at the quick build, it helps if you read the card, the more you know. Anyway, yeah, so this is pretty cool stuff. I'm a big fan of this type of stuff. I think it is really cool to have new ways to play, fun ways to play. Also, there's something else I want to talk to you guys about, too. Somewhat unrelated to this specific thing, but there's a community member that's part of the Discord, as well as the X-Wing Discord, goes by the name of Nasara, that's running a survey right now. And Nasara does these surveys quite a bit, you know, a couple times a year, and it's just to gather a lot of information about, like, how many ships do you have, which factions do you play, and kind of demographic information. So if you guys would be willing to, if you want to fill this out, it's really going to help. It's going to help out the survey quite a bit, just to give some really cool information about who all is playing X-Wing, at least enough that they're willing to fill out a survey. So I'm going to put a link to this survey in the description below, and if you got some time and you want to fill it out, it'd be a big help to the community. So that'd be a fun thing to do. Oh, we got another one here to look at too. The First Order Provocateur. I like that word, Provocateur. You know, it always makes me want to say Provocateur. Am I just silly? Maybe. But yeah, Snapshot, Proud Tradition, Deuterium Power Cells. I really just wish, honestly, as cool as this is, I wish they could just list out what all of those do. Because, like, I don't normally run Deuterium Power Cells, so I'd love to be able to just play quick builds quickly. All right, and this is just a gripe for me. I know some people love or hate the you know, quick builds because some people don't think it's really a good format. Some people think it's a great format for beginners, whatever. I don't think it's quick because the thing is, if I've got to still go ahead and pull out all of those cards, now it takes even more time because now, in addition to all those other cards, I also have to pull out the quick build card. You know, I would rather the quick build card just tell me everything that's on Snapshot. Because, all right, maybe I know what Snapshot does for the most part. Maybe I have a question about the exact wording on it. Is it during this phase or is it at the start of this phase? How is that worded again? Because, oh, there's a timing question. You know, and then, of course, you know, you have to be able to read all of that. So that's a bummer. But when you get an experience tracker, you get to ignore disarm tokens. And then you can, at 3 experience, you can recover 2 charge on your Deuterium Power Cell. And, oh my goodness, Snapshot's range requirement becomes 2 to 3 at 5 experience. Wow. Like, these are really cool. Like, and I love this. Now, my big question for you guys is, do you think that stuff like this is going to be generics only? I imagine that certain named aces and stuff like that could be, like, you know, exceedingly broken if they started getting experience. And, like, imagine Darth Vader gets even more powerful. Do you think that this format will be generics only? Maybe only generics can level up? Maybe that's kind of a way to get people playing generics. Or can they mix and match? And that's another thing that I'm kind of, you know, of course, I'm sure we'll find out once they announce it. But could the experience, maybe this is for Aces High where generics can go up against aces, but only generics can earn experience. Whereas aces, because they have pilot abilities and stuff already, right? And presumably higher pilot skill or higher initiative. I'm always going to say pilot skill because the old 1.0. But, you know, I wonder if we're going to see this format involve aces, named aces, going up against generics, and the advantage is that the generics can gain experience, whereas maybe the aces cannot. It's just going to be really, really interesting. And are they going to do, I mean, since this was part of like a promo car, like a promotional kit that was meant for, I want to say like quarter 1 or quarter 2 of 2020. I want to say quarter 2 2020. because rumors for this first came out around February or March, and we didn't really get to see them until the last couple of weeks is when they really started showing up. But this makes me think that this was probably planned to have been announced long ago. Normally, you don't get a whole new game mode through an organized play kit that only some people have access to. So in order for this to actually be a real thing, it needs to be something that everybody has access to. So either a whole new type of game box, like kind of like your Epic Battles type of game box, or just a PDF. It could simply just be a PDF that has all the information for all the ships, so this way it gives you a new way to play. And that's what I'm really curious about, how they're going to do it. So I'd love to hear from you guys what you think, and let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you, again, just to recap, if you're interested in doing the survey to help out Nasara, that is going to be in the description below. And it'll be useful to the community, because that's actually, you know, once it's all compiled and everything, it gives some pretty cool demographic feedback about people who are actually playing the game, and not just feedback from people who go to tournaments, because that's one of the ways you see a lot of demographics of like, oh, well, this faction is the most popular. Well, usually that's only factions that are presented at tournaments, and it doesn't necessarily get the people that just happen to, you know, play the game for fun, that don't want to travel to Gen Con and don't want to travel to Worlds or to go to Primes or things like that. So, you know, the more people we can get to fill it out, the more interesting the data is going to be. And again, if you want to support the channel, there's links in the description below as well for things like Patreon, social media, and these super cool masks and stuff like that. All right, well, I don't want to eat it. I don't want to get it stuck in my mouth, so let me stop trying to pull it up in the middle of talking, because usually when you put something like this on, you're not talking while you're doing it. All right, you guys, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. Big thanks to my patrons as well. You guys are absolutely amazing and help make this channel possible, so thank you so much. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Don't forget to share, click that bell for alerts, all that fun stuff. I will talk to you later. Thank you so much, and as always, have a great day.